Welcome to this explainer. When you picture ballroom dancing, you probably imagine glittering costumes, sweeping music, and just effortless elegance. But hidden within that art form is a surprisingly intense, incredibly comprehensive fitness routine. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the ballroom floor to reveal the profound physical benefits of this beautiful activity. So let's dive right into the core question. Is ballroom dancing actually a workout? It's incredibly easy to watch professionals or even dedicated amateurs glide across a floor and think, well, they're just walking to music, right? But the truth is, there are intense, hidden physiological demands happening out there at every single moment. We're going to explore exactly how the body is working, sweating, and adapting behind all those graceful smiles. We usually just focus on the aesthetic and social side of dancing. It's artful, it's elegant, and it's highly focused on connection with a partner. But underneath that artful surface is a highly practical physical reality. We are talking about sustained physical effort, serious cardiovascular demands, and the absolute requirement for stable skeletal alignment. It's essentially a cardio-friendly workout for a massive range of people, perfectly disguised as a night out. To understand how this works, we're going to break this down into 6 key pillars today: beyond art, cardio, posture, balance, coordination, and finally, getting started. Section 1. Beyond art and social dance. While the intensity of a dance definitely varies depending on the style and the tempo of the music, the fundamental movements continuously challenge your muscles and your cardiovascular system. The real magic happens through sustained effort. Think about it. It's the repeated steps, the constant weight shifts from foot to foot, and the rapid directional changes. Your body is never truly at rest. You're constantly managing momentum, which naturally and effectively elevates your heart rate. Section 2. Cardio. More than just walking. It's actually a huge beginner misconception that gliding across a floor is just taking a light stroll. In reality, actual ballroom dancing naturally blends moderate to vigorous effort, especially as your practice sessions get longer or the tempo speeds up. Let's break down where that cardio actually comes from. You're engaging in continuous movement across a massive floor. You're constantly rotating your body through complex step patterns. And crucially, you have to maintain the rhythm of the music without stopping. Cardio gains in dance come from these repeated bouts of activity rather than just one single isolated move. By blending this moderate to vigorous effort, dancers build serious endurance. And as you get better, an amazing thing happens. You continually decrease your resting dead time on the floor. That means your overall physical exertion actually increases as your skills progress. Section 3. Posture, core, and alignment. Ballroom dancing absolutely demands you maintain an upright stance, manage your shoulder position perfectly, and control your pelvis. And why? Well, it's not just to look pretty. It's essential for technique. This steady alignment translates directly into stronger core engagement and much better movement mechanics. In a partnered setting, this physical stability is exactly how you communicate with your partner, through physical contact and your dance frame. But hey, it's not just about moving. Stopping is just as important. Posture training comes from the intense need to hold specific physical shapes during leads, follows, and those dramatic pauses in the music. Even brief moments of controlled stillness on the dance floor force deep body awareness. Over time, dancers develop incredibly consistent trunk control, which directly combats that tendency we all have to slouch in daily life. You are literally training your spine to stand tall, even when the music completely stops. Section 4. Balance and stability in motion. If dancers have a secret superpower, it is for sure proprioception. That's your body's vital sense of where it is in physical space. Balance is absolutely central to ballroom dancing. By continually shifting weight between your feet, controlling your center of mass, and keeping your upper body perfectly aligned, you heavily train this sense. You're constantly reinforcing internal balance strategies that are incredibly practical, literally training your body to prevent real-world falls when you're off the dance floor. Just look at what it takes to execute a turn without falling over. You need incredibly coordinated timing. First, your feet and hips have to initiate. Then, the torso must follow in perfect sync. Finally, the head and posture have to remain rock solid and stable. This isn't just a dance move, right? It's a high-level neurological exercise that fundamentally improves your dynamic, everyday balance. Section 5. Coordination and mobility benefits. When you learn these step patterns, your brain is basically mapping out the floor, heavily strengthening your spatial awareness. Plus, the frequent directional changes act like an agility ladder for adults. This leads to improved overall lower limb mobility. The result? Dancers frequently report a massive boost in their everyday movement confidence, all thanks to steadier footwork and highly efficient body mechanics developed on the wood floor.
Section 6. How to get started.
If you're ready to try this, remember that consistency is key. Aiming for just 1 to 2 sessions per week is literally the absolute perfect starting point for a beginner. You don't need to live at the studio to see these physical benefits. You just need to show up regularly. Now, as you jump in, just keep a few vital guidelines in mind. First up, find a class that genuinely matches your current fitness level. Don't go jumping into advanced jive if you're just looking for a moderate introductory pace. Second, prioritize proper technique over speed. The posture and balance benefits come from doing it right, not doing it fast. Third, if you're returning after some time away, humble yourself a bit and start with the fundamentals. And finally, always communicate any physical limitations or injuries to your instructors. By prioritizing technique and communicating clearly, you ensure this partner-friendly activity safely elevates your heart rate and transforms your posture. So this brings us to one final, very important question. Are you ready to trade the treadmill for the dance floor? We've just uncovered the intense cardio, the structural posture training, and the dynamic balance mechanics hiding right behind those elegant steps. It is a highly practical, rigorous form of physical training masked as a beautiful social event. Knowing everything we just explored in this explainer today, will you rethink how you approach your weekly workout? Thank you so much for joining me to unpack this fascinating topic, and I really hope it inspires you to get out there and move.